lots of little spots where you can go fishing. Lots of little areas you can use so that you got a whole bunch of people at your camp making all the fishing. Just the rain. What is this stuff? What? Oh, this is the Skyline weather station that you have to buy. Oh, no, no, I don't think I do. Wait, not unless it was a reward. I'm guessing I don't. Might have been the season I missed just before I came back. Oh no, no, if it's with the dual season, then I would have. Yeah, definitely. Just give me a second, bro. I'm setting something up. You just give me a second. It'll be good. Sorry, time. Just for the. You know what? Probably what you do. Call the desktop fish like give me calling it. No, no, I still know what you're talking about. All right, I'm ready to do some fishing now. That's the first fish I got. Yeah, that's what I was talking about yesterday. No, I should turn my fan off. I forgot. I would turn it off when I catch a fish. Yeah, I like the fan on even in the winter for sleeping. I don't know. Maybe it's the white noise. It's something. I like. All right. Got this a little shitty, bro. Look slowly. Oh, let me get the turn the fan on. I look down and I see this big skeleton foot going all the way up to a life-size skeleton body. I don't know. Buzzball on? Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't even know. How's it going there, Buzzball? You got a cooking station here? You have a cooking station here? Oh yeah, I found it. Yeah, I like it. And the setup looks pretty good. He sent me a picture of it before I came over and see what I thought of it. I told him it looked repulsive. Little flutters moment. Well, looks pretty good though. Hey, it's snowing. Snowing. I just know it's a color. What do you know here? Something's chewing on your base, so I didn't see it. Sounds like a mole rat or something. Chewing and chewing. See anything? But you sure can hear the chewing. And if somebody's having a good chew. Oh, he found me for the dirty rat. Rat. But they're chewing on his generator wires. There's something chewing on your face again, I can hear. That's been another rat. I don't know what the hell it is. It's been chewing away. Oh, okay. Chewing on your tree. It's chewing on more. Good old rain. It's nice. Used to love fishing in the rain, man. Used to always be hearing fish. Oh, I blame you for lots of stuff. I will say that. He says to me, we first get on, he's like, yep, you know what I'm doing tomorrow? And I was like, no, what you doing tomorrow, man? He's like, well, you're today or whatever. He's like, me and Shantae, we're going camping. And I was like, right on. Well, I hope the three of you have a good time. And he knew I was talking about his PlayStation. And he's like, we're going there, are we? James is all excited. Him and his girlfriend and the PlayStation's all excited too because it knows it's coming. What did you do this weekend? Talking to an Xbox. I went camping. Now, to be honest with you, if I was like going for a week to like maybe like renting a cottage for a week, you're fucking right. That PlayStation's coming with me. I'm not that young kid that's gonna be outside climbing trees and shit no more. I'll just be fucking relaxing in the sun playing PlayStation. It's not like the old days when you're a kid, man. Like when there was no internet, like you could find everything and anything to do outside. Nowadays, I go outside for too long and get bored. That's just, I don't know. Unless I'm doing something like out on the boat or the bike, but I sure as hell ain't lifting up stones looking for bugs and shit no man. We used to go down this one creek called Sucker Creek and catch minnows and frogs and little salamanders for our aquariums. The fucking thing would die in like 2 weeks. Go get another one. Yeah, the good old days would be summer and everybody have their bicycle and fishing pole everywhere they'd be going. I haven't seen my town here. I don't see anybody fishing unless they're in a boat. You guys just going for the night, or you guys going for like the week or 2 days? That sounds cool. Should have fun. Don't leave the PlayStation at home. PlayStation in the back seat with the seatbelt on and everything, or a little baby seat. Yeah, that'd be all right. Not for me. I don't have one of those phones. So, how long by car is it going to take to get to where you have to go? An hour? Less than an hour? Oh, yeah, yeah. I was wondering what you're talking about, but I know exactly what you're talking about now. I don't know why the scorch don't kill her, but they don't. They should. They should be fucking all over, destroying her. I don't know, maybe because she's wearing that little uniform. I have no idea how she gets away with it. Because, like, when you see Graham will fight stuff. If he's walking along with Moo Moo, Graham will get into a fight all over the place. Yeah, Moo Moo keeps going. Graham's there, a big sludge. Hopefully no Sasquatch or Bigfoot gets you guys while you're out there. Bigfoot busting. Or bring some of that fucking jerky with you and throw it at them. Yeah, we'll be alright. I could just see the Bigfoot stealing James's fucking PlayStation, and then James tracks the Bigfoot down on a bridge, sort of thing, and the Bigfoot's on one side and James is on the other, and James just yells out, "Thou shall not pass!" Like he pulls a Gandalf on him. Not going anywhere with my PlayStation. That's garage or not. 12 feet taller than that. Something 10, 12 feet tall took my PlayStation. I hold the door for it. You want me to hold the door for you? Go on out. I ain't stopping you. PlayStation ain't worth a fucking hanging around with something that big. If there is. Never really. But there'd be somebody out there, like I said, like James. He'd just be like, hold my beer. I'll get that PlayStation back. 20K. 20K. Got you got your game sound maxed out? Yeah, have fun camping. Both of you have fun camping. Sure, it'll be a good time. Probably the first time for the PlayStation. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna later on probably. Not like I can do anything. It's fucking wet out. I was thinking maybe I'll go for an early ride on the bike. Yeah, fuck, fucking rain. I'm pretty wide awake.
We at the
Mr.
Great
Price.
Appalachian Sweepstakes appreciate your continued purchases and subscriptions. However, we would like to remind you that your bill in the amount of $73,428.66 is overdue, and prompt payment is appreciated. Have a great day.
Did you have to get a picture by any chance of the Mirelurk Hunter? All right, we'll see you later, man. Have fun. I'm sure you'll have fun getting away for a couple of days. Just do anybody some good. Yeah, I'm listening. I didn't know. I thought you were still trying to. Yeah. Well, he didn't have it on tonight, but he usually has the fan on. He told me like the heat and that gets bugging him, and but yeah, when he has the fan on, it gets pretty loud. I don't know how close that fan is to him, but yeah, it gets loud. Well, he said something about he had to get a new headset, right? I never really noticed that because I'm not doing. I guess I don't. I'm talking to any of the people like you are. So yeah, I know that. I mentioned it'd be a little bit hard to listen to when you got people yakking. Okay, down by Nuka World, there's this place called Lake Reynolds, right? Just try to remember it if you ever, because they have it. It's actually kind of little on the common side. They have a quest for a daily that pops up quite often. Is the take a picture or kill a Mirelurk hunter. A lot of people don't know where they are, including myself sometimes. But yeah, the one spot called Reynolds Lake, you'll always find one guaranteed. I don't know where that is. The other one there. Yeah, because I have like the best, or pretty close to the best poison resistance. So I used to fight the Mirelurk Queen, and that poison used to. Oh man! But now I walk up to her, and there's no fight. Their queen's worthless. Their poison, I mean, is worthless on me. I usually, I usually do mine on Saturdays or Sundays because the um, they got to they got this they got they got this thing around here about power. So if you want to use power, like a lot of power in your house, do it after 7 o'clock at night during the week, and if it's on the weekends, you can do it anytime you want. If you do it during the regular day hours from Monday to Friday, then you're going to get charged a little bit extra. So wash machines take a lot of energy in that, so I that's why I do my laundry on the weekends. I had excellent sleep for me. Uh, I screwed something up. See, I bought some weed there at the fucking Red Smoke Shop on the Native American Smoke Shop there, and got an ounce. And when I was there, the guy I was trying to pick between two I wanted, and then I told the guy, "Just give me a minute." And he goes, "Oh, for the same price, you can get whatever you want, as long as it adds up to an ounce. It'll be the same price." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that." So I got like a couple indicas and a couple sativas. Well, I wasn't paying attention, so last couple of days I was like smoking the indica, and I couldn't understand, man. Like, why am I feeling like I want to go to bed right after I've slept for 8 hours? I get up, start playing the PlayStation, do a couple bongs, I want to go back to bed. And I was like, how? Am I sick? Is there something wrong? And I clued in, dude, you're smoking the fucking sativa. Or I mean, you're smoking the indica. That's the stuff that'll knock you out. I told James, you got one of those pot shops up where you live? And he's like, yeah. I said, buy fucking indica. You won't have no problems going to bed. That stuff will knock you right out cold. Like, it's really nice. Get a nice, mellow, sleepy buzz. They have all these different types where it can hit you slow, hit you quick. But if you have sleeping problems, oh fuck, I recommend it. And there's other ways you can take it. Some people don't like smoking it, so you can get a fucking chocolate bar. They don't taste as they taste a little yucky, but they do the work.
I know a guy who can fix that.
Yeah, they're pretty popular down here too. When you buy, it depends on who's working. This one guy that I seen last time, like just a little while ago, he'll give you free joints, which is not a problem. He'll always throw a couple joints in the bag. But the guy that I like the most, and me and him get pretty chatty. I've been going there for about 5 years, and he's been there for that long. And he'll throw a couple joints in my bag at the end, and he'll throw a sampler, two samplers of gummy bears, and there'll be like just one big piece in the package, but it's free. It's pretty nice of him. But the other guy, I'm really nice and polite to him, but the other guy, man, he just gives me joints. He don't give me no free gummies like the one dude. But every time I see that one dude working, I'd always go to him. Like, hey, man, how are you? Hey! Oh, they will. They got. They already said that they have plans. They didn't say where, but they said they already have plans for a new area for an expansion in the future. They said there's you got quite a few areas that they actually can do stuff to. So yeah, they're going to be more when I don't know. I'm guessing they're going to probably try to infuse it with the Follow Prime TV when the season two comes out. They'll probably have something come out. Well, they just want to get. They've yeah, but they've screwed things. They've screwed things up in this game that upset people for lore. Super, the Brotherhood of Steel are not supposed to be in '76 lore wise, and the Super Mutants are not supposed to be here lore wise. So they made a new story up where in '76 the scientists whatever they dumped chemicals into Huntersville water, and that's what made the citizens start turning into super mutants.
I heard you found a
And
trace
that
of
upset a lot of people. Me, I'm not really hardcore for that stuff.
them.
And I didn't play Fallout 1 and I didn't play Fallout 2, so I'm not like a hardcore fanboy. I just came in on Fallout 4. And then a lot of people didn't like that game either. A lot of the hardcore guys that were the New Vegas and Fallout 3 fanboys, they couldn't stand Fallout 4, most of them. I never played any of those other ones. I just came in on Fallout 4, and to me, I know they had bugs and stuff, but I had a lot of fun, enough fun to hook me onto the series. I don't know what people were expecting Fallout 4. I just know that to this day, holy fuck, not me, because I never really didn't play it, but everybody just was on and on and on about fucking New Vegas, and why can't Fallout go back to that style? It's hard to hit a home run. It's hard to hit a home run in the same spot every time. I mean, I'm shocked that Star Wars, like how they made Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Like that's pretty unique to come out with three fucking movies that good. But it's pretty hard to duplicate something really good. So I think people got their expectations up really high for Fallout 4, and well, they got let down. I know, according to everybody, and I can understand and appreciate this, that all the really good writers didn't work on Fallout 4 and '76, and that pissed people off because a lot of them got laid off or they quit or something like that shit. And like I said to James, I said I got that Xbox last summer or whatever, and that Game Pass was fucking beautiful. I love that. And I said, oh, Fallout 3 in Vegas, right on. I put in Fallout 3, and I told James I just couldn't. I played it for a few days, and I just couldn't enjoy it. I said it was only the graphics. I mean, the graphics were just hideous. I said if they remake the game, or whatever you call it, remaster it. If they remaster it, yeah, I bet you I'll gladly play it. It'll look a lot better. But it was just like going. It was like going from a house with electricity to a house with no electricity. It was like, to me, it was that much of a difference. I was like, no, 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 I'm going back to the electricity. I don't like this at all. I was at a stage in my life too where I was pretty busy uh, doing the girl thing and hanging out with friends and working. So for a real long time in my life, I wasn't playing any video games at all. Like the person today would shock me when I was younger. I'd be like, hey, is this what you turned into? But the way I got back into video games one day, a friend of mine invited me over to his place, and he's like, you, "You heard of Sega Genesis?" And I was like, "Oh, I've seen commercials for that." And he's like, "I got one upstairs. You want to go play around on it?" And I was like, I said to him something like, "Oh, I don't care, whatever." And it didn't really like get me all excited. And he's like, "I got hockey, and it's really cool." And I was like, "Hockey?" Because we're Canadians. I'm like, "Hockey? Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. Let's go." So we went upstairs, and he had this like big movie loft with this, and the game was on this great big movie screen. It was so fucking awesome. The players were like the size of your like forearm, and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta have this." And the very, very, very next paycheck of that job I had, I went and bought the Sega Genesis and NHL. Was it NHL '94 or NHL '95? So they used to always say Sega at the end of the commercial. They'd have a commercial at the end. They go Sega like that. Well, my favorite one is they have this Sega commercial, and there's a guy, the baseball player's on third base, and this like sexy girl whistles at him, woohoo, and he looks over and smiles at her, and then the pitcher throws the ball, and the guy on third base gets a line drive right in the nuts, and he falls down, and his face is in pain, and he goes, Sega. That's my favorite commercial. I never forgot that. They had this game on there called Eternal Champions. It's kind of like one of those games when Mortal Kombat came out, and everybody was trying to make a Mortal Kombat game to cash in. But this was pretty good. I wish they had that on PlayStation. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't. The graphics would look shitty to me. I wouldn't like it. But when I first got that Sega Genesis, I couldn't get over the graphics. So I was like, holy fuck it. What can mankind do next? Because I had played years. I think the last thing I played was a Super Nintendo, and I remember the hockey on that was fucking pitiful. And then that was the only game pretty much I played was hockey and that fighting game. Oh, and Street Fighter. And then fast forward just a couple of years, it wasn't long, and then I was at one of my best friend's places for the weekend with my girlfriend I was going out at the time. And my buddy says, "Can you give me a ride up to the mall?" Which wasn't that far. I was like, "Sure." What do you got to get there? And he's like, "Oh, you'll see." And then my girlfriend says at the time, "You're not going anywhere. You're fucking too fucking stoned or whatever." So I said, "All right, well, let Beaker take you." I said, "Beaker," that's the other guy, I call him Beaker, Doug. I go, "Beaker, can you give fucking Tiny a ride up, get whatever he wants?" He's like, "Sure." So I gave him my keys. And they come back about half hour, 45 minutes later. And I was like, I didn't give a fuck what they're doing. I was like, "Where's the beer?" And Tiny's like, "Don't worry." And then you see Doug come in, Beaker with a 24 beer. And I was like, cool. And because he said he said he'd get some beer for us to fucking give him a ride up the mall. And we're going to have a good party and do whatever he said was going to be exciting. And then he pulls out of the bag a PlayStation 1. I actually never heard of PlayStation in my life. It was the first time when he pulled it out. He's like, "You ever heard of this, PlayStation?" I was like, "No, what's that?" He's like, "It's a video game system." I go, "Yeah, I kind of figured that from what the box looks like." I go, "But tell me more." And he's like, "Just wait till I plug it in." He plugs it in, and the game he bought, he had a bunch of games. They're mostly car racing games, which will not get my attention. But the first one he put in was Tekken. And I was like, holy fuck, this is fucking amazing. And we played Tekken for like 2 days. Like I think I ended up forgetting my girlfriend's name at the time. Like I was obsessed. And then it was like 2 days later, she says to me, I have a friend whose brother is he really needs money. He's going to go to school or something, and he has a brand new PlayStation. He's only had it for about 6 months at the most, 6 months, and he wants to sell it. And I can't remember what the price was, but it was a really good price. And I was like, I fucking said, let's go down and get the money out of the bank, and you go fucking get that. And she came back about 20 minutes later with it. And the games he had weren't the best. I think the next day we went to the mall and got like Resident Evil. I was like, oh my god. And I got the PlayStation 2, but I didn't get the PlayStation 3 because I was busy. I don't know. My brother in law had one that he told me about, but I don't know the date. Yeah, I never got 3. Mhm.
Yeah. Now that people have come back to this area, they'll all want to be setting up places like Foundation.
Oh god.
What's that over there?
Oh. Wow.
How do you feel about the Battle Pass setup? One sec.
I Yeah, really, eh? Some, you know, I have somebody asked me a question in my chat, which I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe you do. The question is, how do you feel about the battle pass setup? What battle pass setup? What's he talking about? What, like follow first? Oh, oh, okay, okay. No, this is okay because I'm on the PlayStation, obviously, as you know. Okay, I didn't know what he's talking about. I was a little confused because I was thinking like, what the hell's the battle pass? I forgot all about Xbox. I Yeah, the I called it the Game Pass, but I like the Game Pass a lot. It has a huge library, but it's not like Xbox. It's like it's garbage compared to Xbox. Yeah, we have it, but it's to me, in my opinion, PlayStation sucks for the Game Pass thing or Battle Pass, whatever you want to call it. Like we have the three tiers, and if you were to get them a highest tier, the premium one, I think it's called. That's way more expensive than the Game Pass. At least it was like a year ago. I don't know. Like I told you, I got a brand new Xbox. I don't even play it. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. That's how like, I was able to play Fallout 3, and I didn't like the graphics. I couldn't do it after a couple hours. I was like, I don't like this. But they got a good sized library. Then I enjoyed a lot of the games in that Game Pass. I don't know Battle Pass. Isn't it is the Battle Pass? Isn't that the name for PC? Or is that okay? Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. The one thing I was very disappointed with Xbox is you can't just like push a button and go live on YouTube because those two don't get along. So yeah, you can go to Twitch, no problem, but I don't like Twitch. Twitch is just a bunch of fucking half-dressed fucking women playing the game. I just watched a couple of their live streams. I tell you, some of those girls make a lot of money and they're not even doing anything. They're just playing the game and they're not even very good at it. Oh, there we go. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're good. They're good when you do those raids. Your buddy, like, yeah, he was fucking pretty decent. Watch the salt and pepper dude. Yeah, like with James there, like I no James though he the good thing with him like he's on a lot. So if you need somebody to do shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, that guy didn't even want me to push the button. He preferred if he pushed the button. I was oh, the button glitch. Yeah, yeah. That's and then we don't have to leave and we can just stay there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I got that mixed up. I got that mixed up with marriage. Sorry, it was something. No, just too much weed. But what are you looking at? Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not a bad one, eh? Yeah, James. I have that too, but James has one of those in his one of his shelters. Yeah, that one's cool, eh? No problem. Take your time. Just fishing. forest region. I don't know any spots in the forest region where it's pretty dry. Might have to have James set up his camp with that weather station that makes it rain. Hold on. Over it now. It's something I have to ask James for. Welcome back. You didn't miss nothing. Oh, I keep forgetting. You mentioned that a couple times since you played this. Oh yeah.
Classic product. Still good. But Oh, are you? Yeah, you think you would have been booted by now? Yeah, you think. Join. I'm not server hopping for anything. No, not this time. When they have, yeah, go ahead. When they have those like meet week and alien events and the Mothman, when they have stuff like that. Yeah, don't. I'm doing a lot of server hopping. stronger supers.
It was James was wondering what the hell I was doing during Fash, and I told him, it's like, oh, Because every time I go to Passion Island, I get fucking a blue screen. That's fucked. I don't. I do sometimes. Yeah, that last Mothman one, they said they fixed the problem, but that was pretty bad. I had to. I don't like to um, AFK events, but that Mothman, I found all I could do is kind of like stand on the edge of town. If I did, I would get the event and not blue screen. But if I went in to help, sometimes it would be fine. But it seemed to be more times I would get like blue screen. Yeah, so I didn't like that, you know. Yeah, during those raids. Oh, gee, that poor James used to get a lot of blue screens. Yeah, he sure did, but he was also doing a lot of that fucking cheating, so I don't know if he was fucking himself or not. But he might have, so who knows? I can't remember, but yeah, I remember when he was talking, maybe he was talking to you about it, but like I wasn't like 100% paying attention, but he was saying something, you know, healing. Yeah. I told him when he's done that to me before, I said, dude, I get my stuff from Angry Turtle and Westack. I said, like, I gotta go with them guys. Because Mr. Westack and Turtle, they're like the gods of this game for knowledge. They really are. And everything they say is never wrong, hardly. And yeah, no, I'm not doing that, James. Like, he was arguing with me about, I told him, go put poison on your saw. He's like, oh no, this, I don't know what he had on there. Fire, I think he had fire. Whatever he had, he said, this is the one you want. I said, no, Merritt told me, and I also saw a video with, I can't remember which one it was. I told him Turtle or the other guy. Wait, so yeah, so he says to me, oh no, I'm pretty sure they're wrong, and I didn't want to argue with him. So then there was a couple, hold on, here's the end. A couple days later, me and him are getting ready to play, and he says to me, it's like, oh, I got something to tell you. He's like, put the poison mod on your auto amps. I go, my God, did you not listen to anything I said 2 days ago? He's like, what? I said, that's what I was arguing with you 2 days ago about putting that on, and you're telling me that I was wrong. And he's like, oh, sorry, man, sometimes I forget things. I guess so. All right, that's the end of the story. Yeah. Yeah, gets his focused on one thing and doesn't give up until it's done. And let go. Gotta get done. It's like OCD. Kind of like OCD. Oh, we've had times where I said, that's, like, fuck, man. Holy shit. I had no idea. He's never told me that. Oh yeah. I found him. I first met him through this guy named Myth. Um, I told James this too. Not at the time. I told him a while later. I said when I first met you, man. I said I didn't like it. He's like, really? Why? I said, well, every time everybody was talking, you would just like whatever the topic was, you just like jump on top and I thought, fuck man, let these other people talk. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, and he started telling me about like some issues he has and he can't help when he does things. I was like, oh, I didn't know. And then got to know him a little bit more, got playing with him more and more, and then got to see how fucking generous the guy is. Very generous for helping you out and giving you things. So then he just sort of like fucking grew on me. I started liking him, and he was always sending me invites. And at first, I was like, but then after a while, it's like I'll invite him. And he's probably my favorite player. Yeah, he's. That's why, like, I don't mean to keep bringing him up, but that's why, like, I thought like he was a really nice guy. And when I was feeling that way, where I was like, James is a pretty cool guy. That's when that Flutters stuff happened because Flutters was there for a couple weeks at least before all this stuff happened, and I didn't talk much to Flutters. He was kind of like background noise, and whatever he was doing wasn't bad. He was usually Merritt was usually taking him under his wing to show him raid stuff, and if he wasn't with Merritt, he was usually communicating like buddy buddy with No Mercy, and then talking to James too. What's that? He's doesn't seem like somebody I would hang out with in real life because, well, it doesn't help that his girlfriend, because I'm playing a female character, wanted to know if I was a faggot. Didn't appreciate that too much. Oh, am I the only guy that's plays a female? That's what I tell a lot of people if I'm gonna commit to like that. But that's that. And the other thing I think I mentioned before when you're in the party, that I gave some stuff that he was really, really looking for. It's a glowing mask, and he's really, really into collecting them all. He has like nice displays, cases to put them in. And I said, "What do you need?" And he goes, "I need this one and I need this one." I go, "I got one of those ones you need." He's like, "Oh, dude, I'll give you anything you want." And it's like, "Oh, the only thing I need is reflectors and sentinels." It's like, "Let me go look in my box." And he's like, "Fuck, I don't have any." He goes, "Is there anything else I can trade with you? Anything you can think of that you need? I mean, please, I'm looking for those." I said, "Tell you what, man. I'm just going to drop it on the ground and it's yours for nothing." He goes, "Fuck off." I'm like, "I'm serious." "Really?" Like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, cool." And he took it and he was all happy and he says, "Dude, anytime in the future, if I get any extra of those sentinels and fuck, they're all yours, man." I'm like, "Thanks." And then it was the same time frame. I don't know what I gave to Flutters. I really can't remember. Oh, it was the turtle backpack. He was looking high and low, and he was asking James, and then me and James were on one night just without Flutters, and he goes, "That Flutters keeps bugging me about that backpack." And I said, "What's the name of it?" He goes, "I don't know. What's that turtle's name?" And then I was like, "Oh, okay, Oka Puka or whatever." So I looked at my stash box, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I got an extra one." He goes, "Oh, one." He goes, "Give it to me. I'll give it to Flutters." I said, "Fuck that." I said, "If anybody's going to give it to Flutters, it'll be me." And he starts laughing. And then I saw Flutters like the next day, and it was just me and him playing, and he was going on about the backpack. I said, "Dude, come to my camp for a minute." And he came to my camp, and I said, "Here," and I dropped it. He goes, "Oh my God." He goes,
fuck, I'll give you anything, man, for what you did for me. He goes, because right now you're like my best friend in the whole world. And I said, I need Sentinels and whatever the other one was. He goes, just a minute. Oh, fuck, man, I'm sorry, I don't have any. He goes, but if I get any in the future, just like no mercy, they're all yours. Thank you so much. Yeah. It was exactly 2 days later. We're about to do a raid. We're out where you outside of the raid where you do your workbenches, and fucking no mercy or flutters. I really can't remember. They said they're talking to each other, and then one of them says to the other, "Do you by any chance got an extra Sentinel or something like that?" Goes, "Let me look." Yeah, I got some. How many do you need? He goes, "Well, you got two?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Cool." And he goes, "Well, how many do you need?" He goes, "Well, to be honest with you, I need three." And he's like, "Okay." And he gives them three of them. And I'm like I'm standing there in the party right with him, and I'm standing at the spot while they're doing this. And I'm like thinking to myself, don't these guys remember the conversation of 2 days ago? I'm like, holy fuck, those dirty rats. I was like, man, and they still never gave me nothing. And this was long before Flutters quit, and this was so I've seen them several times in the party since. Bastards. Live and learn. I say to James, live and learn. That's where he's like, James, like, I'm not going to give that stuff away to people no more either, unless they're helpful to me. Oh yeah, and that deputy hat and all that. I hear you, man. You have you seen his Mothman camp? Took me there once. And I was like, this is a pretty good job. I said, the only thing missing is the Mothman statue. And he's like, Mothman statue? What the fuck's that? If I don't say it, he said, I don't think he said what the fuck. But he's like, what's that? I said, well, come to my camp, I'll show you. And I showed him. Yeah, and he's just like, wow. He's like, how'd you get that? And they told me, atomic shot. And then he's like, well, fuck, I haven't seen that atomic shot before. And I told him, well, there's a way you can get these. If you go to the Bethesda website, and they have a section there where you can buy any item that's in the atomic shop, any item that's ever been in the atomic shop, and you can pay with your atoms, not for cash. And it's like, oh, that's cool. So like a week goes by, and he didn't get it. He didn't say he was going to get it, but he didn't get it. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Fucking James is pretty good to me. I'm going to go on that site and I'm going to get it for him, and I'm going to send it to his account as a gift. And I didn't even tell him. And then he came on one day. He's like, holy fuck, man. Was that ever cool of you? He goes, I log in and I fucking find out I got a fucking gift from you. It's the Mothman statue. I was like, yeah, man. I said, I just used my atoms. I said, I got lots and lots of atoms. So I thought, yeah, James is worth, I think it was like 800 or something like that. And he said, I said, I told you, dude, this was going to make your camp. He goes, oh, yeah. I said, people will see your camp and they'll be like, this is a cool camp, but where's the Mothman statue? It's like the centerpiece. Well, nice. But that's the same with me. I'm the same as you. I mean, like, help out my friends. That's why I fucking really didn't like how I know how James is in a short period of time. I can tell the guy's a nice, generous person. So that's why I didn't like when I knew he was helping out that fucking Flutters quite a bit, and Flutters fucking snap at him like that. It's a little uncalled for. So didn't like that. Yeah, that was annoying, wasn't it? That was annoying. That was annoying. Yeah, I heard you. I don't know why, like, why you want to come down and fucking attack your friends? Because he didn't even give a heads up. If nobody had, if people had their thing on set for where you can fight, he would have just came down and killed you immediately because you wouldn't have been ready or known because you would have thought, oh, here comes my friend. So he's definitely going to have the advantage. And he doesn't know if people have that on or not. So he knew coming in, there's a chance that I might kill this guy right off the hop. It's like, fuck, man, we're on your side. We help each other. Like, why would you want to come and attack and then just laugh and say, I'm just joking around? No, you killed me. I don't want to get killed. Who wants to get killed? Unless you are doing it yourself. Like, let's just say you are. I'm going to jump off this, see what it looks like. That's one thing. Suicide means your own choice. Otherwise, murder. Yeah, well, he did the same. We were with him the other night, and he was asking James for a bunch of shit, and James, of course, was giving it to him. And he's like, "Hey, Cryptic, you got any melee bobbleheads?" He didn't even look. And I was like, "No." Man. He was like, "What? What about you, James?" I don't know what happened because I was repairing armor, so I don't really remember whatever happened. But all I know is the next day I told James that I had eight of those melee bobbleheads in my fucking inventory. I said, he ain't getting fuck all because I've already given him some good shit and promised to even it up, and it's like it never happened. Like he doesn't even say hello to me when he joins the party. So I must be like, fucking low on his pole. I don't get it. I don't. I know you can tell. I'll tell you one thing though. I will give you. I think he said late 20s or 30s or something. He's not young, super young like the other guys. I think he might be around James's age or a little younger. Like I kept on telling when those guys took me on the raids, Myth and James when I first met them. I I'm honest to God, and I'm not just. I didn't do it to be because I felt I had to. I told them when they invited me during a couple times during and always after. I always thanked them. Thanks for bringing me along, guys. Really appreciate it because like I don't have a lot of people I do this shit with, so I appreciate it more than you probably think. And they all heard me because they'd all be like, "Oh yeah, no problem. We'll be doing it tomorrow." And we see you on. We'll invite you, and they did. And then that was great. Yeah, I just thought you were one of James's random friends. I didn't know you guys were buddies for this long. I didn't know till now. He's never said that. Now it makes sense. He never, ever, ever, ever says anything bad about you behind your back. I can tell you that. Oh, just one second. Sorry, man. I thought I was just gonna go to the hall for a second, and then the dog was like wanted out. That's what that means. I didn't know that it's gonna be that long. I thought I was just gonna go to the hall to grab something. Within it's I might go back doing some fishing. I just didn't have that. Oh yeah, yeah. You wonder that. Uh, oh yeah, yeah, your little bag, yeah, yeah. Oh, the one I like, I never looked for it. The one I like is the one that's the bag on fire. Yeah, I think that came around where I quit for about 10 months and I bought a new Xbox. I guess it must have been a season. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing too. All right, I'm just about done with doing here. Just gotta go downstairs one more time. Then we're gonna go fishing. Yeah, that guy caught me off guard. I'll have to put in my title that I'm playing on the PS5 because that guy really caught me off guard. And I looked in the chat and he's asking me how I feel, my thoughts on the Battle Pass. I thought he was talking about the Fallout First Pass and he just called it something else. So yeah, that's why I asked you. And then when you said that, I was, oh yeah, yeah, that's what he means. And no, this is no Xbox. He should have seen that way when I picked things up. It shows you the PlayStation controllers and it'll show you with the letter X and Y and all that shit on the Xbox. So you can tell what system it is if you watch a video. You can always tell what they're on. There's just a big gun in this place. I don't even know why I kicked down for a second.
I rip his legs clean off. Such puny hits.
Well, I know what you mean. Okay, I'll give you an example of something. Was about the last month, I was playing. I can't remember the year. It was the newer one. I was playing John Madden football, right? What? All right, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Oh, I thought you were talking to me about going to the dryer. I thought you were talking to me that you had to go to the dryer. Oh, oh, what I was saying was I was for about a month on my PlayStation 4. I was playing the whatever the year that was, the John Madden football, and then I got right away there. And then I get the brand new Xbox and Game Pass, and on Game Pass they have the exact football. And then I was like, cool, because I was like right into that. So I downloaded that for free, and I started playing, and I couldn't play it because
Barrels
I
don't
was trying to do passes, but my brain's looking for is thinking of the X on the PlayStation, and the X on theirs is somewhere else. And oh man, I couldn't do anything. I was like, my brain was totally locked on to the PlayStation controllers. Same game, but couldn't fucking do fucking nothing. Because like you have these patterns, you have these gameplays, and you pick them. And I'm supposed to throw, say on Xbox, I can't remember, but let's just say on Xbox, it's circle to do the throw. My brain is programmed on to keep hitting the X because that's the PlayStation. So,
Well done, volunteer. You're on the way to being a true survivor.
so I didn't like that at all. And that was the first Xbox I ever got. I never had Xbox.
That overseer lady said more people would be coming. It's nice to meet you.
That series still going, is it?
While you're here, why not grab a stim pack or two?
Huh. Need some new clothes. I'm getting real muddy.
I never played it. I never even played it when I had the Xbox, and I could have played it for free.
It's hard work making a living out here.
I remember when it came out, there was people were like pretty excited, but I had a PlayStation. I didn't have an Xbox. Yeah, I didn't even watch any of that stuff. I remember seeing it on like the logo and stuff on energy drinks and bags of Doritos. You'd see it in the store for like a code
for the game and stuff like that. It was everywhere. Everywhere you looked, it was Halo, Halo, Halo.
Eastern Regional Penitentiary. Our most notorious inmate, Mad Dog Malone, has broken free again. If you own a firearm and can hear this, make your way to Cryptic and attempt to subdue him. I need him taken alive. I will make it
Oh yeah,
clear
yeah. I played that a long time
to
ago.
the other prisoners.
I think at a
Malone
friend's place. I didn't own it, but I played it at a friend's place.
You can't make me go back to prison.
I don't know if I've seen Graham fighting one or not, but if I'd never seen Graham fight one, then I'd probably have to say no.
Protect
'Cause
Mad Dog Malone!
I have watched fights before to see the outcome. Just they didn't see me. They were doing their thing, fighting each other, and I just watched who won. Sometimes it'd be something really cool, like a Deathclaw versus Sloth.
Tell no one. Never.
Yeah. Hang on. That's cool. That is. Where'd you buy them from? Were you Gold Bullion? I can't look right now because my bobber's in the water. Just give me a second and I will. I'm at the Grafton Dam fishing in that shitty looking water. The water's like yellow. It's like a cup of tea. I see on the map now. I have a giant teapot. Yeah, that's another thing too that James says he's gonna do. He wants to find spots that are like really almost impossible, you'd think, to fish in. Weird little locations what he's gonna be looking around for. He doesn't Google nothing or go on YouTube. He finds these things. He just got the knack for it. Oh, he's he likes that Warframe. He hasn't. I haven't seen him on Elden Rings in a while, but he's on Warframe quite a bit too. Yeah, Flutters says that James is like a god on that game, and Flutters doesn't give too many compliments. I never tried it very much. I think it was like maybe gave it 10 minutes. And that was like years ago, and I just didn't seem to enjoy it. I remember, but that was a long time ago. It was one of those free games. I think it still is a free game. It's a free travel though. Fuck, James has caught some weird fish. He sends me the photos. Like he's really doing good in this. Lock right in. James the gamer. Ooh, red, Evan. Good stuff on that, Evan. You still fishing the same spot? Oh, you're down. Oh, you're. Yeah, you already said that you were down there. As I said, pretty fast travel. Yeah, I got that too. Fill out the captain's ledger. I think that we haven't caught the fish yet because I think that we just haven't caught the right fish yet. That's my guess because I know where the ledger is and nothing happens. Straight in front of them, you go up. Yeah, because it's on my map too. It keeps wanting me to come back to it, but I don't know. What's going on? Oh, I did. I just touched it and completed the quest. Touched that book.
If you find yourself lost, take a gander at your map for bodies of water.
You must not have the fish. Just make sure you I don't know, but don't cook them up. First come see him to see if you can put it on that list before you cook it up and find that out. Don't know.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna just cook some fish and feed the crab. No problem. Take it down. Okay, so that's the battle. Oh, shit. Got a long ways to go. Glowing fish. James finds those all the time. I seem to have done an awful lot of fishing. I don't have nothing to show for it though. I don't know how the fuck James catches those fish. Gosh, that shit, man. Gosh, that shit, man. I think he put his controller down beside some bubbling water or something. Well, that's not coming from my end, over at my end. Ah, Goliath. Probably you can hear the ducks outside. You listen to both of them. Well, I guess it's yeah, get rid of that. There's some more. And break it down because I know a few little pieces of garbage. So it's not a big. So we're all done until tomorrow. Let's set it. Oh, look, it's fucking raining. This would have been a perfect day to go to the bike. Something I need to do in around here. Fish.
Yeah, so sick and tired of those thorn bushes.
Radio was playing Mr. Sandman.
If you're here to sign up, just use one of our handy dandy terminals. Hey, volunteer. If you need supplies, Bob's got you covered.
Sure looks like it. Sucker. Just lost the fish. Just before you came back. Just before you came back. Yeah, I don't know, but it's a broken camera. Broken camera, isn't that nice? Dirty pillow. Your dirty pillow. Yeah. Got one of those at James's today. Is that neat? Shitty Brookside. Brookside. That's exactly what I told her. Some sunscreen, small fish. In other words, a fucking shitty fucking sunfish. Now there's more radiation. Oh, that's way over here. We sure are. Some of those red bellies. Some of the red bellies. That was the first fish I caught when got on with James today. It was salmon. Actually, the first three fish I caught were pretty good, and then it turned into normal, like just regular. But first three fish were like medium. Salmon, pickle on the pike, or something like that. Other fucking sun. Yeah. You're fishing down there. I guess. Yeah, James. He sometimes gets a kick out of it when I get teasing him because, like I said, he tells me he's all excited about going camping, and I said, I hope the three of you have a good time, and then he pauses and he clued in. He knew I meant his PlayStation. Go camping, and boy, imagine his girlfriend. What do you got in the bag there, James? Oh, just my PlayStation.
He'd spend the whole goddamn time on the PlayStation, which he would be furious. James the gamer. Yeah, when we first played this, James, for some reason, the quest was on his Pip-Boy right away, immediately. So he comes right down, and he's telling us, and we're like, he's like, you guys coming down? And me and his girlfriend, we're like, can't find this quest. He's like, it's on your Pip-Boy. What's the name of it? Can't find it nowhere. I don't know what the hell was going on. So then, I don't know why. For some reason, I was at Vault 76. I was coming down the stairs, and I saw that thing about fishing, and I grabbed it and read it, and it gave me the quest right away. So I don't know how the hell he got that on his Pip-Boy to start. Maybe. They're a good fight. One of the best for freshwater. I wonder if sea captains are really as miserable and rotten as they are on TV. You know, on TV and video games, they're always like, "Arr," and they just don't like anybody lives on the land, and it can't be like that. You must not got the right fish yet.
Do you have the fish I asked you to catch?
Or does he want you to go to a certain region? Does he say? He might want you to go to a certain region and catch his fish on the ledger. Is the dot there asking you to do it on your map, on the map, main map? Do you see it on there? Well, sometimes there's a dot, like a little diamond. I mean, when the gold trim, black in the middle, and it'll say where your quest is, and it means you don't have it highlighted on your Pip-Boy. And then, because the Pip-Boy would tell you exactly what you got to do, but I don't know the name of the quest because I already finished it. I don't know if he wants you to go to a certain area. Maybe it's underneath your challenges for fishing. Catch all common fish. Get a bottom and catch. So do you have the Fish Quest 1 complete? Where you get the Mark 1 reel? It's underneath challenges at the very bottom, under fishing. Fishing's at the bottom. Oh, it's underneath fishing. I go to challenges. Oh, yeah, and it's where you have weekly, daily character, survival, combat. At the end's fishing. There's something in there you missed. Same here. 103. Yeah, that's what I got. You and I are pretty much in the same boat, pardon the pun. We're pretty much in the same boat with this. James, like he was telling me, go to this area and you can get this and get that. And I told him, I think you're getting, no matter where you go, you're going to have a better chance because you have a better fishing pole. So, but he's like, no, you can get it on any fishing pole. And I said, well, that doesn't make sense because that's why they have tier 1 and 2. And I don't know if they have 3 or not, but better the pole means better the fish. Makes sense. So wherever you take me to go fishing to find this really cool fish, I've done it before. I went there and I'm like catching the same fish. And he's like, you didn't get this one? I'm like, no. He's like, you should have. Like, and then I'm like, well, it's probably because you have a better rod. Like, what bait are you using? Doesn't answer. He does that all the time when he doesn't want. He does it. That's the way he just won't answer. What type of bait are you using? Silence. Just tell me. I've never caught a large fish.
Clean up this, fix that. Proceed to end.
I didn't look. I'll have to look again. I thought that was medium. I'm not doubting you. I just can't, because I, honest to God, can't remember what they are.
This place has a lot of potential.
There's this one. There's this one hardfish. You got to get it 5 times. I forget the name of it. James has got like 4 out of 5.
Filling this place up is hard work.
Like, oh, geez.
If those raiders come snooping around, they're gonna regret it. We really need to clean up around here.
I think they're common because I get them a lot. Maybe you're done. Pickerel. Pickerel. No, I'm just telling you because they're big fish here. Yeah, pickerel and pike. Walleye. Did you get a walleye? Did you get a walleye? It sounds like the same fish I've gotten. I don't have any of the ones that he shows me with the pictures. Like he got one that looked really cool. It's like a salamander. Like, what the fuck you got? Salamander? I never seen no salamander.
Oh, don't look the fish in the eye. You lose them that way.
You must be done then. It's not letting me either, so maybe you're done getting. Because he doesn't have like quest after quest after quest, which kind of sucks.
Thank ye for catching them fish. We needed more bait.
Yeah, I'm gonna be heading off pretty soon. I think pretty much done with. Where's that ammo? They have an ammo thing down here. I think I'm just seeing an ammo on my triple. I didn't.
If those raiders come snooping around, they're gonna regret it.
I have no clue. That's somewhere where James has probably been. He was talking today, and I think you were on.
A lot of potential.
He was talking today about wondering what happens if you fish after you set off a nuke or if you go to a nuke zone. James will, James will go camping, and he'll come back and I'll wait until he starts talking about fishing in the game, and then I'll be like, how much fishing did you do when you went camping? And he'll be like, oh no, we just went up just to go camping, not fishing or anything like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're all worried about coming home, play fishing on a video game, and you're right there in the real life to be able to do it. Yeah, shame on you. Yeah, imagine that, just jonesing to go home to go fishing on your computer, on your video game, and you're right beside the lake, and you can go fishing for real. That's one thing I haven't done in a very long time is fishing. I don't really give a fuck about it, but I sure did growing up. But then I found fishing for girls was more fun at high school. Though I do have several friends that have no problem balancing both. Yeah, I got lots of those friends. They make good hunters. Always hunting and fishing. I don't know how fucking I don't know. I just don't like be outside in the rain and cold and then come home with nothing. But that wasn't fun. And plus, I don't really feel like I'm not trying to sound like a hippie, but I don't really want to kill an animal like a deer or a bear when I can just go to the grocery store and the ones that were sacrificed are there. They got no problem eating fucking meat, but I don't need to go kill a deer so I can make deer sausage. My brother-in-law, he goes out deer hunting and goes out for fucking moose. Not for me. Well, thing is, with those moose, you better make sure you put them down. Angry mooses fucking can take down a bear. Moose can get pretty fucking serious. Though bears usually are the ones that win, but there are some moose that get so big that a bear just don't fuck with it until it gets too old, and then the bear will let it. But yep, I'm gonna do the same thing, man. And I kind of been set the last couple of minutes. All right, guess we'll call it the night or the day. Back in a few hours, I suppose.